Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. This is part 2. Someone's talking to me. What do you want? What do you want? Are you going to jump up and be in this film? Are you? No. Anyway, so that's my cat, Sherlock. He's a pain sometimes. Anyway, this is part 2 of my visit to Dragon Antiques in Kettering. And yeah, we're moving on to the art glass. So there's like one bit of Victorian and then we're straight into the art glass. The place where I don't always know what I'm doing. There's just so much of it. And how can I put this? It's not like stuff that's made in production where you see like there's 50, or hundreds or thousands of an individual item were made. So you're going to kind of like see them a few times and learn them. A lot of this stuff is just like not many were made, and it is what it is, you know. And sometimes you just have to get a feel for different designers. I get a bit of it in some of it, but not always. But anyway, let's get on and have a look at some glass. So they pulled this out of the window specifically for me to have a look at. This design looks very early Victorian. With the So this is pressed. Now, the handle is part of the design, so it's probably post 1860s. But I don't think it's much later than that. The very earliest ones, the handle would have been not part of the pressed glass, it would have been added afterwards. So, yeah, I've never seen that design before, which makes me think it might not be one of the usual suspects. After flapping about quite a lot, I wasn't able to find that jug. I did find this in the Sowerby 1882 catalogue, and it's got these dolphins on it. These are sort of like classical, sort of like Renaissance way of doing dolphins, I think. And yeah, so this is dated 1882. Now, I was looking at the film and thinking, I've seen this before. I've seen dolphins arranged like that before. And then I remembered, yeah, so this is a lamppost on the embankment. Okay, so this is probably what they're copying. And I did a little Googling around. Wikipedia has told me these are from 1870. So this looks to be what they've copied when they've made that jug, which helps date it, I think. And yeah, I can't find very much else really, but it's where, as I said, I didn't think it was very early Victorian because the handle is part of the jug, part of the mould. Okay, so if you're going back to the 1850s, when they were making pressed glass back then, they weren't doing it with the handles. So they were making pressed glass and the handle was then added by hand afterwards, in the way you would with a normal non-pressed jug. But with this one, the handle is actually part of the mould, and that's a bit later. So yeah, I think 1870s is a good date for it. I don't think I can pin it down any closer than that. So yeah, they've got the ubiquitous Murano clown. That's a real one. But yeah, it's £20 because they're not in fashion. But what they do have just below is this. Dun, dun, dun. John Ditchfield. Yeah, that's nice. He does a lot of, usually the smaller things, so that's quite, if you look how big it is, it's about 6 inches tall, that vase. That is really nice. With sort of peacock feathers. We'll see what we can find about John Ditchfield and I'll show you. So John Ditchfield is still going. His company's called Glassform, and yeah, here it is. This is the closest vase I can find to the one we're looking at. It's not exactly the same, but vaguely the same size, etc. And it's £250. There's stuff about him in here as well. So yeah, you can just go and look up glassform.com. And then I thought, well, secondhand, how does it go? Secondhand. And I found a few bits and pieces on here, like this one's 108 plus postage. 174 plus postage. You know, there's a few vases on here. £200 plus postage. Yeah, so 110 plus postage, 200 plus postage. So you get the idea. I've looked at some sold ones as well. They were a bit cheaper. So 94 plus postage. £80 plus postage, and I think £81 plus postage. So you get the idea of the ballpark, and it makes that one look, yeah, on the very reasonable side. It's not it's not super cheap, but it's cheaper than the stuff that I'm finding for sale on eBay. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, John Ditchfield. I know that name. I don't know a lot about him. I've had a look through his website, and there's a lot of iridescent glass. If I go back to the gallery, look, you can see these are the vases. See, there's a lot of iridescent-y stuff. Different kinds. There's all sorts going on here, and it's always interesting for me to look, because you never know. The problem with these is that it's unlikely for me to find more, and then they've got different ranges of things. So anyway, there you go, John Ditchfield. Yeah, we've got a Mark Taylor Roman style ewer. This is actually a complete copy of the real thing. They're dated as well. Usually they're signed and dated, but it's really tiny. So if you see something that looks a bit like this in this colour, check underneath really carefully. I'm not going to pick it up, show you, but yeah, they're dated, and yeah, they're really quality thing. I really like them, and I actually have one of these. So I've been banging around trying their website. It's a bit, I don't know, labyrinthine. So, but I have found these Roman vessels that they're doing today, I think. It doesn't look like the website's been updated for 3 years, so I'm not 100% certain. But the jug we were looking at doesn't look like it's still being made. None of them go with the descriptions where there's just a blank. So yeah, this is the closest one to it, and you can buy it. Well, in fact, that's actually a small one. So it says it's £35, but I don't know how you would buy it. Yeah, so I'm not sure if they're still going or not. I do know I have that jug myself. Look, let me show you. I think it's, which one did I open? Yeah, look, here it is. This is the one I have, and I really like them. I think these are things that are worth collecting. I have another little piece as well, and if I saw more, I would buy it, because I just think such a skilled thing. Yeah, I'm very happy with mine, and it wasn't cheap, but I used to see them around quite a lot, and I've not seen any for ages. So I think their production is starting to close down. Just my thoughts on it, that's all. I'm not 100% certain, and I probably need to dig into that a bit more. And if they are still going on, I'd love to go and see them making stuff. This is a good quality thing as well, because the fine enamelling work, can you see there? As well as the little cut panels. So this will be German or Oh, it's got places names on it, so I can actually figure out where it's from. It's going to be German or Bohemian. Let's see what names it's got on it. Can't read them. They're too. It's very Gothic writing. I can't even read that. Let's see if there's one I can read. Oh, it's German because it's Alle. That's German. Yeah, this is a German one. Yeah, we've got 19th century. Yeah, that is really nice. So I've done a lot of searching, and I found several goblets that are similar. So we'll start with this one. They're all saying Bohemian, but yeah. They might be German too. I've been on holiday to Germany last year and looked at a lot of glass, and yeah, there's a lot of this type of thing. Not a lot, but because it's older, but I did see this type of thing. And yeah, so, and also German and Bohemian glass is made in a very similar kind of area. So yeah, it's, anyway, regardless, I'll show you what I found. And so this is the first one. You can see it's got the same, not exactly the same kind of foot, but it's got this serrated edge foot, and it's got a lot of cutting on it. And then the others are more like it. So like this one with the same, you see, with the pedalled edge foot, the knob, and lots of cutting. And then these little circles cut out of it with the little seams in them. And then this one's like, and they've got £180 on it, and it's sold. So yeah. And they're saying 1845. What's the date on this one? 1840. This one, 1860. Sold as well. £150 they've got on this one. So I think it's a bit fancier than what we were looking at. Then I found a bunch of others. So this is really fancy. But you can see the feet are more like the one we were looking at. And yeah, that's £2,000. That's sold. It's got this one on Collectors Weekly, so it's not for sale, but just one putting it up. And they're just saying it's Bohemian. No dates, nobody's got any dates for it. But yeah, it's the same kind of thing. Got this one, which is actually the way this is done. It's similar with the buildings. You could, although this one's got, it says it's Queen Adelaide cipher. The other ones, you can just see the edge of them, and they look closer to what we're looking at. Is it actually? I didn't look sideways. No, it's something else completely. It's in Flickr, and I just thought maybe there was a different view with some of the other panels. And they're saying, yeah, 19th century, blah blah blah. And they're German amber. So yeah, this one is saying German, and this one's saying it's Bohemian Biedermeier, which is German. So anyway, and this one is actually fairly close-ish, not super close. None of them have the dark bit in it, but the way the circles are done with different scenes in them, yeah. And then you can just, it shows it, show you a different scene. You see, with the place names underneath them, similar way it's done. What I really needed with that one there was to get a magnifying glass or magnify a picture. I should have used my phone, really. Anyway, and this one's sale ends in 4 days. It's on for £360. So on Etsy though, but yeah. Anyway, you get the idea. This is what that type of glass that we're looking at is. Look at this Hunger glass here. I don't recognise it at all. It's studio glass. It is solid, and I think it's dropped into a mould, but then they've done it in layers. So they've put blue on the bottom and then layers and little bits of different colour to do this. Never seen this before. In fact, actually, you can see these lines are related to the layers that we're putting in different colours and things. So, yeah, don't know who that's by. So, I've had a go at trying to find something like that rainbow sculpture, and no luck. Lots of things, similar kind of coloured things, but nothing like it. So, yeah, I'm giving up on that one, I'm afraid. Perthshire, they know this. With the P on it. Look inside, you can see the middle Millefiori in there has got a P on it. And we can have a look at my paperwork books and maybe get a date for it or something. We'll have a look for that. So we're looking at a website called scotlandsglass.co.uk, and yeah, it's got chapter and verse on these. Look, if I come back a page, look. Perthshire perfume bottles and other Millefiori. This page is for other Millefiori. There's also ones for paperweights and other things that they did. But yeah, it pins everything down really tightly, so it's quite good, this site. And this is what we're looking at, I think. And product details, let's go here. There we go. And the years we're looking at are 85 to 88. It's these three here. And so yeah, because it's actually giving you saying these are the catalogues that these three appear in. So I think we've got that pinned quite tightly, and I wasn't kind of expecting this to get it this tightly, because I've been bumming around on eBay and all sorts of bits and pieces, and not that one. Where is it gone? It's still running under Kettering as a brand, but I don't think they're making anything particular. And if you look in, I think this one here, yeah, you can see the P. It doesn't expand any more than this, but you can see the P just here, just like the one we were looking at. This is an interesting piece. It's signed, can you see? I mean, I'm not going to look at tip it over. I don't want to break anything. That's a separate clear glass piece there. But we can try and look these people up, see if they're still around, see what they're doing. Yeah, that's what's going to be nice about this, is trying to find what else some of these artists did. So Graham Horse is still going. He's in Leicester. There's this picture here. I presume this is Michaela Grimshaw, who was the lady that was named on that label. And yeah, so what's interesting is I went to the gallery here, and you can see the bowl we were looking at is one of these. I don't know if that's, yeah, there you go. It's one of these. However, when you go to the shop, there are none of those bowls. So either they just don't have any in stock at the moment, or they're not doing them anymore. If you do load more here, they're doing all these kind of like ring things. They're not cheap. They're quite cool though. I don't know how big they are. Let me look at this one. This one here. Let's have a look at this one. 11 centimeters. So yeah, it's about 4 or 5 inches across, I think. Yeah, they're cool. So they're not like little serviette rings anyway. That's one thing. So anyway, £312 for those. He's got quite a lot of different styles and everything. So yeah, I've not seen his stuff before, but he is still going and he's still selling, and he's in Leicester. So there you go. They've got loads of things I've never seen before here. Never seen this Tealight before. But we can try. I don't even really know this designer. So we can look this up. You can get pattern numbers or anything like that for it. So yeah, that's quite interesting little bit. So I've been trying to find out about Bjorn Rammel, and I don't have much luck. I found a few of these Tealights, and the price seems, the one there is a bit of a middling price. So we've got them here from like £12 to £51, almost 52. But that would be plus postage. Oh no, there's one that's 55. That would be 55 plus postage. Is it going anywhere else? Oh, jumps me through to more. Anyway, you get the idea. And they come in lots of different colours, and some of them are multicoloured. But literally, I cannot pin down Bjorn Rammel. I was hoping I'd find. I do know that Sea Glassbrook became part of Costa, and then it became part of Orifice, but yeah, just can't pin him down. So yeah, Chunky Rainbow defeated me. Sherlock's decided to go, so that's all good. And yeah, so I think I will wrap this up. There will be a part 3 and 4, I think. So yeah, all the contact details for Dragon Antiques will be in the description below. What else? All the references I used will be in the description below as well. And thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe because it helps my channel. And have a good night. Good night.